Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be starting a series where I review books that I read. Now, it's not often that I get a chance to sit down and really read a book, so I figured that with getting the chance to read a book by a dear friend of mine, I'd go ahead and jump into it and hold myself accountable by putting out reviews every time I read a book. That's whether it's a physical book, a Kindle book, a Wattpad book. I'm just gonna review different books that I find and come across and like, or even some that I may not like so much but still find my way through to finish the book. I'm starting with a book titled Complete. It's by my friend Danita Foster. Now, I'm going to try to be as non-biased as possible. I will say that I did get an early preview before it was published. She's finally published. It's her debut, and I can't say enough how proud I am of her and how she's inspired me to go ahead and finally edit and publish my first official novel. So that'll be coming soon. But anyway, I'm gonna show you the book and then I'm gonna read you the description. So this is Complete. As I said, it's by Danita Foster. She's a great friend of mine, someone that has supported me through many of my writing endeavors. So Complete is about Naima Brown. She has always been on the opposite end of a happy life. Her only comfort came from the secure guidance of her foster sister and the unbreakable love for famous R&B singer Shane Matthew that she's carried since 11 years of age. After an abused childhood, she's determined to have the blissful storybook life she's entitled to, with a satisfying marriage to Shane and a home full of adoring children. Life is beginning to change in her favor as she nurtures an innocent obsession for him. Seizing her chance to grab it all, she'll have to get past her own insecurities and the many demons of her past. So, that is the description for Complete. As stated, the main character, her name is Naima Brown. She is in love with R&B singer Shane Matthew. Now, my initial opinion as I read is that like the description says, it's an obsession. I didn't find it to be so innocent in the beginning. However, once you learn about her, him, their past, their current relationships, the things that they go through, it's kind of like she needs something to cling to, and that's really the only thing that makes her happy. So in the beginning of Complete, we're introduced to Naima as she and her sister Shell are driving up to a home that is owned by Shell's fiance Derulo. They're going away for a weekend. It's supposed to be all fun and love and happiness and sunshine, but Naima can't get it out of her mind that her love just may not show up. As she's talking, she's in her own mind at points. She's trying hard to focus on the road, trying to focus hard on what her sister is saying, but she cannot get her mind off of Shane, which is a constant theme throughout the book. As the story begins to progress, we go back in time to how Naima got around to meeting Shane for the first time, which is at one of his concerts. It's her very first concert. She's got the meet and greet. She's got the great seats. Has let him know how to spot her because he knows what she's wearing, what she's gonna wear, and she just has the all intense purpose to have a great time and live out a dream that's been in her head since she was a child. For the meeting, things go as planned. A bit of what she feels in her mind that is between them, she kind of sees it. Shane kind of plays into it, but it's like a lot of celebrities, they want to give their fans their all while they're in their company. So at face value, you kind of don't want to take it that he gives her that special treatment. He's just showing her love because that's what a lot of celebrities feel that they have to do. So yeah, that's the very beginning. As they go along, they still continue to talk. They meet up. She invites him to her home so that she can cook for him. He accepts, brings his friends along. Everything is going great, and then they begin to develop a real and genuine friendship. As we read along and as their friendship grows and grows, we, the readers, see that it grows to be a little bit more on both ends, and it's kind of a problem because while they have this great friendship and they're able to communicate, whether he actually responds to her messages that she sends or not, or if he just simply reads them and she knows that he reads them, it's a complicated situation. not only is Naima married, Shane is married as well. And Shane is married with kids. Shane is married with kids in the public eye. Naima is what a lot of people would see as just a fan, even though Shane has built her up or helped to progress the idea that they are indeed great friends, very great friends. With Naima's home life, you learn about the things that she's dealt with in her own marriage and how unhappy she is, and with situations that happen between her and her husband, you kind of understand why she clings to this fairy tale world that she has to just have Shane for herself, that he's gonna be the one to make her happy and give her everything that she desires. As I said before, my initial thought was that it was an obsession. I won't lie. Even though I do have my favorite celebrities that I genuinely love, I couldn't see myself going to the point that Naima did with her love, which is saying that, you know, you're meant for me and we're gonna be this. I couldn't see myself doing that personally. However, I understand why it's such a big deal for her. She's in a marriage where she's not happy, she's not satisfied, she's no longer in love. She's just basically living with a roommate, and in living with that roommate, that person is not doing anything to fulfill her needs, her desires, her dreams. He's not doing anything to keep her happy, to build her up. Situations that could have easily torn their marriage apart just because they happen and some couples aren't strong enough to deal, he doesn't make it any better. And then on top of that, he's sick himself and he doesn't do anything to help himself. Personally, I understand, because you get to a point where you want to help people, but you can't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. And I feel that, well, I felt that Naima was just growing tired and she wanted out, and she wanted to be around someone who could give what she gave. In Shane's situation, Shane is married. To the outside world, it may seem that he's happy. He's just one of those R&B singers that goes above and beyond with some of the female fans. But to the outside world, he's happily married. Naima feels and knows within her heart that it's a little bit different. She feels he's not with who he deserves to be. His wife doesn't treat him right and things of that nature, so she wants to be the one to do that for him. Along the way, we meet other characters. As I said in the beginning, she's introduced with her sister Shell. Shell has a fiance named Derillo. Derillo treats Naima as if she's his little sister. The thing I love most about Derillo is that he's so protective of her, and in that protectiveness, he doesn't want to allow Shane to hurt Naima either. He would literally fight one of his best friends to protect her, and I absolutely love that about him. Another thing I loved about Derillo that I saw in myself is that he's extremely petty, and not the bad kind of petty, just that he says what he says, he means it. In the words of Nene Leakes, I said what I said. And Derillo means it every single time. He does not care. There's no filter. And I like that in a character, because a lot of times I've seen in African-American books and urban books where you have that one character that is constantly by their friend's side, but they're always so afraid to tell it like it is. They want to tiptoe around and not hurt anybody's feelings. Derillo does not care. He will hurt Shane's feelings. He will hurt Naima's feelings. He will hurt Shell's feelings if he feels like she might say something out of line, which he doesn't, because he has a great love and respect for her the way he has for his little sister Naima as well. The thing I loved about Shell was that she was so strong in her convictions, but at the same time she was so positive and supportive of everything Naima felt. Now I feel like Shell felt like me. At times Naima could have been doing a bit too much, but she wasn't the type of person to dash someone's hopes. And along with having someone that's not a yes person, you also need someone else that's not afraid to reel you back, but to push you little by little until you do reach your dreams. Not to tell you to give up completely, but to tell you, you know, take baby steps, or try it this way first, or hold on, or, you know, someone that's I don't know how to explain it, but Shell is that person. And Shell is the, I guess if you had to say the two angels on the shoulders, Shell is the good angel with the wisdom and the wise advice, you know, pull back. wait a minute, hold on. And then you have Derulo, who's not bad, but the bad angel, and saying, don't do that, that's not good for you, you don't need to do this, I'm just telling you like it is, because when you're hurt, you're really hurt. You meet Shane and you see Shane, you meet the people that he works around as a singer, his road crew, I suppose, the people he hangs with and stuff like that. And then along the line, you also meet Shane's wife, Randy. I'm not gonna say too much about Randy, because even learning her little small backstory, I don't care. I don't like Randy. I still want to fight Randy. I wish Nita would write me in the sequel and let me fight Randy. You know why. I could kind of understand her standpoint and how she feels, and when she goes and blocks Naima on every bit of Shane's social media and stuff like that. A lot of females, I guess, have those insecurities, and with him being so famous and women throwing themselves at him, I could understand her insecurity. However, if he's genuinely not doing nothing, that insecurity comes when you're doing something your own self. But you know, that's just my thought about it. I don't like Randy. I don't care about Randy. I don't care about her feelings. I didn't feel not now type of way when her own child says something mildly bad about her, because what type of mother are you? So yeah, you meet her. You meet Randy's parents as well, her sisters. And what tripped me out so much about Randy was the fact that the type of people she came from, for her to be the way that she was, so vindictive, so mean, so petty, the bad type of petty. I just didn't understand that when she had parents who were so caring and loving, and her sisters were nice and kind. Even her own daddy had something to say. Like, girl, what type of person are you? I don't want to tell too much, but it's a book that if you're really into it, you're gonna go through a lot. When I first jumped into it, I was excited, I was thrilled. I could understand Naima and her excitement about meeting her favorite artist, because hey, y'all know me and New Edition, it's over with. But yeah, I could understand her. I related to her in a lot of ways. And then as you got into her story, you start feeling bad about her situation and what her husband puts her through and what he puts himself through and how he tears her down and how she clings so badly to something you honestly don't believe she'll get, because you know how situations like this work. Every young girl is not lucky enough to meet, be with, love, and marry their celebrity crush. It just does not happen for everyone. And as I was reading, I just wanted to scream every single time her thoughts about Shane came up. You might gotta let this go, girl. You just might gotta, because it is what it is. You're both in complicated situations. You may have gotten out of yours, but he might not necessarily get out of his. And that's a feeling that I had throughout the great majority of the book. You're also going to be very happy at times. You're going to be very sad at times. You're going to be angry. You're going to want to fight. Or maybe that's just me. I really want to fight Randy. It's just a big roller coaster, and it's a good type of roller coaster that keeps you invested in the story. It keeps you invested in the characters. You want to know more. You yearn to know more, and you want to see how everything is going to play out. Not just for Naima and Shane, but for Derulo and Shell and Randy and her situation and all the other small characters that are in there. So yeah, hopefully that wasn't telling too much, but telling just enough. It was a really good book, and for a debut novel and for an independent published novel, it's one that I would highly recommend. It's a love story. It's a bit of a comedy. It's a drama. You feel like you know the characters. The characters become real. And the type of writer and reader that I am, I like to be able to picture everything so I could appreciate all the details in certain scenes, the things she saw, the things she smelled, the way things tasted, her dreams, how vivid and lucid they were. I could appreciate all of that because I could see this in my mind as a movie. I will say that I was a little sad to see it end because I just knew that there was more to be told, or at least I felt there was more to be told past the ending. I'm not gonna say what it was, not gonna say whether or not it was happy or sad. I just know I was left satisfied with it, but I know there's more, or I feel like there should be more. So yeah, it's Complete was a very good book. Unfortunately, it took me a while to read it. As I said, I haven't had time to really sit and read the way that I want to. It used to be where I could read a book in 2 days to a week at the most. It took me over a month to read Complete, and that wasn't intentional. I was just working a lot, and my job, I'm not able to just sit and be unbothered. So yeah, it took me a while, but I also like that while it took me a long time to get through it, it allowed me to savor every bit of the story that I was able to read. If you're not into, I guess, the overly sappy type of love story, then I would suggest reading it for Derulo as a character alone. Hilarity. Petty and hilarious. He's my favorite character out of the entire book. Love, 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 love Derulo. I feel like he's me. Maybe that's why. I want to say thank you to Danita for allowing me the first previews of this as you were writing it, for trusting my opinion, whether whether you feel it be good or bad. I want to say again how proud I am of you for going through and pushing through and inspiring me to do this myself. If you would like to purchase your copy of Complete, it can be found on Amazon. Again, it is by Danita R. Foster. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully this isn't too bad of a review. Hopefully I told just enough. Hopefully I said enough to make it as interesting as it was to me. I really enjoyed it. I'm so happy that you put it out. I'm so proud of you. I hope that you gain all the success that you deserve, because you truly, truly deserve it. And thank you for allowing me to do an unofficial soundtrack playlist type of thing for it, because I heard so many songs against what the songs that you mentioned, but I heard so many songs playing in my mind, and I don't know, I just felt the need to do a little soundtrack. So thank you for allowing me to do that. Thank you for allowing me to use your book as the book to jumpstart this series. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I will be back with more. I won't make any promises of when, because y'all know I make the promise and then I disappear. I'm sorry. So yeah, see you guys around. Bye.